the Journal, General Gruntpa. Headquarters, outskirts of Bangor, Maine. Dated 1 September, 1861. We finally made it to Maine. Managed to load up and leave the port of Charleston with little trouble, except for an incident involving my cousin and his, whiskey stores. Thankfully, the sailing was smooth, and we made good time up the coastline with no sign of the Federal Navy. I managed to make landfall in Narragansett Bay at the town of Millbridge. To say the locals were surprised at the arrival of an army of Confederates is an understatement. From there, I marched down the Old King's Road and quickly covered the distance to my first objective, the city of Bangor. We are now encamped on its outskirts, just awaiting the official capitulation of the city council. I'm trying to do this as peacefully as possible, as this city will be my main supply base for some time. From the Journal of G.W. Gruntpa, Charleston, South Carolina, dated 11 August 1861. The humidity hangs heavy over the wharves today, but it was nothing compared to the heat of my own temper. I found myself standing in a row with one of the dock wallopers loading the steamers. My cousin had been in my ear all morning, insisting that the final crates for my division be stowed by nightfall, and the slow pace of the laborers was more than my nerves could bear. It nearly came to blows. I had my arm raised, clutching a bottle awry by the neck with every intention of cracking over the man's skull, when a voice cut through the din of the harbor. Whiskey was meant for drinking, cousin, not as a weapon. I spun around, ready to lay into whoever dared intervene. I want to find my cousin standing there with a look of cool judgment. I pressed a fresh sealed bottle in my hand, and only then did the rest mist begin to clear from my eyes. The peace was short-lived. Gruntpa, having heard the laborer's side of the tale, descended upon me like a summer storm. What in the hell did you think was going to happen, he hollered, his face turning a shade of purple. Asking for near 170 crates of spirits to be hoisted aboard on top of the ordnance and rations for the entire division. Stood my ground as best I could. And where, pray tell, am I supposed to stow the supply you're always so keen to share with me? If I had to leave a brigade or two behind on the docks just to ensure the whiskey made the voyage, I'd do it and sleep soundly. For a fleeting second, I thought the old man might see reason. He loves a dram as much as any soul living. But he remained firm. He has restricted me to 20 crates and not a bottle more. I don't care if you're my own kin, he growled. If you try and sneak one more crate onto that ship, I'll leave your drunk ass behind on the pier. I shall concede for now, with the word reaching us that the Yankees are pressing toward Richmond again. I have a fierce longing for a fight. If I must go without my proper stores, I suppose I shall just have to seize the rock-gut swill the Northerners call whiskey once we set foot in Maine.
August the 21st, 1861. We've been about a week now upon the sea, them transports creaking and groaning as they carry us northward toward Maine, where the next business of this war awaits. The men take to it in their own ways, some uneasy in the belly, others quiet as church mice, staring out over the water like they might read what's coming in it. As for me, I ain't never taken kindly to the sea, and it gives a man too much time to think on matters he'd rather forget. Just a week afore we set sail, the army was broke apart careful-like, and sent marching in pieces down to them makeshift harbors along the Carolina coast. It was sound thinking, meant to keep folks guessing at our strength and our aim. Lord knows there's spies enough scattered through the South to carry word faster than any horse. General Gruntpa was pressed into taking 2 brigades straight through Charleston, though he wanted no part of it. Political men insisted on it, wanting a show for the civilians, but he spoke plain on how ill he liked the notion, and I stood with him in that. Parading troops through a city like Charleston, where every window might hide a watchful eye, seemed to me a powerful, risky business. Still, orders is orders, and so it was done, though not with any cheer from the general. I reckon he felt, same as I did, that we was tempting Providence by such a move. Now we're out upon the water, committed to the course laid afore us. If word of us has slipped out, and I'd not wager against it, we'll learn soon enough. Till then, we sail on in a kind of uneasy quiet, waiting on what comes next.
Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician in the Civil War. From Gruntpa Gaming, this is episode 4 of our viewer-only Rebel Spring of '61 campaign. So, It is now August 31st. Last episode is still not taking place yet. The Battle of 2nd Richmond takes place on September 1st. It's still August 31st, so officially the battle hasn't taken place yet, though it is over in game. So we do have to roll that battle off. And I do believe we have, if I remember correctly, some officer replacements to make, plus the disillusionment of the Virginia Flying Battery has happened. Is that unit was wiped out to a man. Yep, they are completely gone. So we're going to have to raise a new battery here. And I'm trying to remember if one of our other officers was wounded, or if it was just him that was killed in action. I think it was just him killed in action. All right. So, proper recap this time. So, Battle of 2nd Richmond did take place, and just prior to that, we had the Battle of Nashville, where we have reclaimed the city. And thankfully, the Union had already started building a hospital there, so we just took over construction of it without actually having to pay for it, which is a nice bonus for us. Plus, we took the supplies they had in their depot. Another really nice bonus for us. Out in the west, we can't see them right now, but there is a federal army over here at Weber's Salt Works. They do outnumber us, so we are going to have to take them on at some point. I'm hoping to plus up the Western Army here pretty soon so that we can get after them and then start putting my strategy into effect for the Indian territories. Other than that, it's kind of quiet. I'm still surprised the Federals have not taken Kanawha yet, or West Virginia. So I'm hoping to shift the Confederate States Army out that way. Once this battle is rolled off, we get the readiness up. Ooh, we got a perk, finally. And we give them experts. Everybody gets expert scouts, medical corps, and flying column. It's like the three most powerful things you can give a unit. But you guys, you got all three already. So as soon as our readiness is up, I'm going to be kicking them out west. The Army Northeastern Virginia's only got 6,000 men, so we'll reclaim Lynchburg and try to push down the valley to Winchester. Other than that, we are currently sitting on the outskirts of Maine. The city is about to fall to us. It will fall today, tomorrow. It's August 31st, be in our control tomorrow on September 1st. And then once Lee's forces arrive, they'll begin the... We could bypass Fort Knox. It's not really important, but I think that'll be a good place for them to cut their teeth, is to siege down Fort Knox. Speaking of which, are they ready to go yet? I think they were waiting on 1 or 2 units. Oh, they are ready to move, so we're going to issue those orders now and get them out to sea so they can join us as quickly as possible. So they are ready to go. And then get up here, have them start constructing the supply depot, because that's their main job, is going to be siege train and / engineering unit. So once they're up here, they'll construct the supply depot, then go besiege Fort Knox as the Army of Maine pushes down towards Portland, Maine. Hopefully we can bypass Fort Scammell without having to take it on, but I think we may have to take it on. But that'll just leave us besieging 2 forts at the same time. We should be fine with that. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, I think that covers everything for now. We got to push this over to September 1st, and we'll do our first monthly for this campaign, and also try and see if we can't recruit a few more units in that I have waiting in the wings. Still have 7 units waiting in the wings, so we'll see how many troops we got on September 1st, and if I can put any more in. All right, we just rolled it over to September 1st, and we're about to get a little administratively heavy right now, so we're going to go through this, do some unit recruitment. So just as a reminder, people, everybody's watching, that these videos are chaptered, and you can skip around to wherever you would like to. And one thing I did notice right off the bat is our POW camp, we only have one apparently, Wheeling Prison Camp. I don't know why we have a prison camp at Wheeling, West Virginia, but or it's still Virginia at this point. But Yeah, too bad I can't tear them down. I'm wondering, do I just let these guys go for now? Yeah, we're going to parole these prisoners, just empty out the prison camp. Hopefully we'll get some more men back in return from that. I know we haven't lost too many captured, but I did order the construction of a new prison down at Andersonville because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be holding on the Wheeling. I'm really surprised they have not taken it yet. All right, but time to go into the monthlies. Economy. Current rating of our nation is A-, which is very good. That does match up. Sometimes they don't match up. Our debt did increase by $50 million. We did cut 2 more bonds. Currently, our liabilities amount to $210 million. Current economy cycle is expansion. The wealth of our population is mediocre increasing. It is September, so that's going to start going down over the winter. One hospital has been constructed. Thankfully, that's not something that we paid for. Total export volume over the last month was 312 million, out with 280 million coming in. So we're actually doing better on the exports, which is really good. That's going to help our economy immensely. And average core production over the last 3 months was 196 million, a change of -6 compared to the previous months. And we're lacking iron ore, iron wool, and we're full of wood for some reason. Yeah. It is what it is. But if you look over your finances, we did have a big up jump in money, and that's from the bond we just cut. We are spending $258 million more than we are bringing in. I am hoping to correct that as soon as possible. We currently have $21 million in the bank. So there is that. Military-wise, national morale, the Federals are at 91 to our 88. We did drop down a little bit. I don't really understand why. And it looks like they fixed it, put Zollicoffer in charge of our army. So my character is no longer in charge of everything, which is good. Because he did win the Battle of Nashville, so I guess he got put in command of everything. National support, the Federals were 86 to our 95. Morale of armies, they're at 61 to our 87, because we just beat them twice in a row in a couple of days. Loyal states are 26 to our 14. Men in the field, they're 122,882 in the field to our 117,640. Navy tonnage, they have 77,000 tons in the water. We have 11,000 tons in the water. That's going to jump up a little bit as I do have 2 frigates under construction. I'm going to try and clear out the Gulf forts, hopefully, with those ships. Battles won, they're at 1. We are at 4. Total casualties, they're at 27,518. We're at 18,408. Hopefully, once we get some more rifle muskets into our soldiers' hands, that will be taken care of. And military-wise, let's take a look at Tradoc. We got 1 battery ready to go, Disciples of Fire. Immediately off the bat, we are... before I do that, we need to go through our units and hand out weapons. Everything goes to the Confederate States Army first. Yes, Mississippi's, Enfields. You guys have mixed. What do we got to give you? We can give you some Springfield muskets. You got some 6-pounders. Do we have any James? We do have some James rifles ready to go, but not enough to hand out to everybody. You guys haven't even hit the field. Oh, yeah. That's right, because they are a regular unit. They do start with a perk. Do we have enough James to give you? We have enough James rifles to give you. You guys have Springfield Musketoons for Oglethorpe. I don't think yeah, we didn't capture anywhere near enough cavalry weapons for you guys. We're not producing any just yet. All right, Western Army, which, as you can see here, is very, very undermanned. Springfield muskets, mixed muskets. Can we hand you guys anything? No. 200 muskets short of being able to hand out regular muskets to you guys. Pioneers, you already have Springfield muskets. Army of Virginia. Yeah, we're not going to have enough weapons to hand out to anybody. Even though we captured a decent amount of weapons, we really didn't capture a decent amount of weapons either. And no James rifles for you just yet. The only other thing we can look at then is the siege train, because these guys are getting all the 24-pound howitzers I am producing. And we have enough to just upgrade one more battery. All right, policies. What were we working on? I do not remember. Oh, working on industrialization 1. That'll be done in 5 more days, and we'll jump down to industrialization 2. Then we'll jump back over to diplomacy 3. Then start working on military 2 after that. Projects, what do we have available? Weapons production, yes. We're not going to bring in any imported weapons. We're going to be producing our own weapons as much as we can. We are going to do... Let's give ourselves some occupation administration. And we're at 10% send envoys. It's supposed to help us improve. Yep, that jumped us up to 15. So every time we can send envoys, we're going to send envoys. And that's military funding. I don't want to use any of our military. Problem with military funding and industrial funding, it's almost the exact same color on my screen, so I really can't tell the difference. So I know this is military funding. We're not going to spend any of that until we can unlock production of more weapons. All right. Now let's see if we can't get some more units recruited in. All right, one of my personal units is ready to go, so they're going to head out. Magrangus Legion is 14 days away. Keokuk's Heartthrobs are 37 days away. The Harem Guards are 1 day away. There's another one of my personal units, and the Whiskey Worshippers, one of my personal. All 3 of those brigades are going to go out to the Western Army. All right, Brad Deutsch is up first. So we didn't have enough Texas troops. We're back up to 2,700, but you did allow me to switch you over to South Carolina. I do have another person waiting for Texas troops. So, yeah, we're going to be the South Carolina unit. We have barely enough men in South Carolina to raise another brigade out of there. It takes 3,000 men for a full-strength brigade. It's 3,800 men. All right, so we're looking at butternut uniforms. We go with butternut. You wanted butternut-ish, so I think we go with butternut and rust gray or rust brown. See how that looks on the field. And Johnston, you are not taking a brigade. And who do we got from South Carolina? We got Jones and Longstreet. I mean, Longstreet's back. So he's no longer defamed, because that just cleared up as the month turned over. So we'll give you Longstreet for command of that brigade. And you'll be 17 days away. Next up, Czech Legion. It's not going to be a full-strength brigade because there's not 3,000 men. There's going to be 2,250. It's just enough for a mid-sized brigade. Sky blue and red. I feel that's more like a unit that would come out of Texas. The uniform looks a little odd, but I mean, sky blue and red. We got to go with a Zouave uniform. Oh, I did not rename that brigade. Carolina Honey Badgers. You guys will be the Czech Legion. should give you an officer from Texas. Got Scurry and Lane. I think we'll give you Scurry for now. Next up, for rainy day today, I did put out a call for artillery. We did get answers. So, Mississippi. Artillery. Gray, blue, gray. So, light gray. And I think Tate Kersey gray is probably the closest we're going to get to the gray, blue, gray. Doesn't look like it here. Or we go with cadet blue, actually. It's kind of a grayish color. $180 men. Did I not recruit that to full size? Hold on. Did not. Okay, there we go. This will be the Madison Light Artillery, which is a historical unit. You want a Lyle to command them. Let's see if he's available. It does not look like he's in game. Nope. All right, you're going to get a Mississippi officer. What the hell just happened there? Let's try that again. All right. Dahlgren, you're unavailable. Who are you assigned to? Too high of a rank. We got James William Scott, who's actually an avatar from an earlier campaign. There you go. All right, next up for Josh. Maryland or Virginia? I think we recruit out of Maryland for this. Light gray and sky blue. They're going to be the Dixie Artillery. You want Chapman to command them. I think he's in use right now. I think he's actually in use. All right, looks like we're pulling a Maryland officer. double check that. There we go. James Archer, Stewart, Elsie. He's artillery. There you go. And Stumpy Vet, artillery, any state. You know, it'd be funny if we could actually recruit from Maine right now, but we only have two support in the state. It'd be funny if we could recruit from. I'm going to hold off on recruiting your battery because I want to see if in a month or two we can recruit the battery from the state of Maine. Nah, I kind of need them now. Kind of need them soonest. Who's got the most troops? Alabama does. Like tannish gray and light gray for this one. Alabama State Artillery. Hello, where are you from? You're from South Carolina. Looks like you guys getting lead better. All right, next up is Gutzog. You wanted arty or infantry from Louisiana. I think we'll make another infantry unit. I'm really not sure how short I am on infantry to fill out all my divisions into account. Probably could have done this as a battery, but we'll take it as infantry. Lake Charles Pickers. You guys are getting Blanchard. And you wanted red tops, blue bottoms. So go with the British red. And the cadet blue. I want to see how that looks on the map because I think that'll look better on the map. It looks gray here, but on the map it's going to be a different color. I want to see how that looks on the map. And lastly, we actually got all of our requested units in now. For True Green, the Confederate Legionnaires from any state. So who's got troops left? Yep, Mississippi's got 8,000 men. You wanted like a reddish gray color. We really don't have that, so we're actually going to keep you with the British red top and with the Tate jersey gray bottom. If you want that changed, just let me know in the comments. Confederate Legionnaire is definitely going to get added to the regulars corps. That name's going to be too long. If the names go too long on the after action reports, I will be truncating them down because otherwise it messes up the reports and can't see what unit's what. All right, that's actually all of the unit requests handled now. So just a reminder, everybody, if you'd like a unit in one of my armies, just let me know in the comments. You do not have to be a channel member. I just ask that you be subscribed, and you can submit your request in my Discord. You can put it in comments, but it's easier if you put it in my Discord. It's easier for me to keep track of everything there. All right, I think that finally covers everything, so I'll be back with the next incident. All right, it's now September 17th. We do have our next engagement here. Looks like down at Alexandria, Virginia, with the Army of Northeastern Virginia coming in from the south. It looks like the Army of Pennsylvania coming in to support them from the north, even though they're pretty far away. They probably ride faster than my reinforcements do. They're bringing a total of 19,247 infantry, 1,200 cavalry, and 25 guns under the command of Hamilton, to our 27,800 infantry, 7,200 cavalry, and 24 guns under the command of Thomas Sr. We've had a few delays up north. I'll probably go into that right after this battle, but things have not been going well for movement up in that area. But let's go jump into here, and let's get the Army Northeast Virginia kicked out. This way I can go reclaim Lynchburg. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Mayo's Bridge. Thought it was going to be Alexandria, but Mayo's Bridge. Once again, we are on the Cold Harbor battlefield map, and we are defending Bolin. Looks like a farm at a crossroads. So we know the Federals are coming in from the southeast down here. Their reinforcements, which should be coming in from the north, are not going to be coming from that direction, apparently. But we're going to double down on that. I'm going to send cavalry out to seize those reinforcement points just to ensure they are not coming from that direction. That can also delay their reinforcements. Army of Pennsylvania's got 6 hours till they arrive. So I don't know how they'd be getting down here in 6 hours. And our Army of Virginia will be arriving in 3 hours. We have 14,000 men on the field. They have 6,500. Oh, we're not waiting for them. If I can beat them down before the reinforcements arrive, I am doing that. Yeah, we are not waiting for them. We are going to go look for them immediately. They're going to start crossing here or start crossing here. Either way, we do have a numbers advantage. If I can delay them down in the swamps and get my infantry on, it's already 1,700. I just noticed that's already 1,700. But we're going to do our dams and see if we can't finish this off before their reinforcements arrive. All right, it's now almost 1,800, and we did just sight the Federals. They're crossing the bridge right down here just as we're arriving. So we're going to dismount our cavalry and get them in defensive positions here. Where the hell is... Their division commander is way behind them. Infantry's not too far off. I do have infantry heading down to this crossing here because it looked like there might have been some Federals heading that way, but I'm not seeing those dust trails anymore. So I think I'm going to shift their orders. To come over here. Might be able to push through these woods here. Artillery battery. I had the battery head into a crossroads over here, but we now know all the Federals are coming this way, so Come on, guys, get in position. Let's go. About on you.
How much longer, Sarge?
Florida men, start pushing up to double. Come on.
Keep it steady now.
Parade round antics get a little crazy sometimes. Get 2 detachments.
Keep it steady now. Did you see
Stop horsing around. Literally, stop horsing around. Let's go, boys.
Controller, ship! Arm! Keep the pieces moving, men. Run, Johnny! Grab that wheel and push!
What the hell you boys doing?
Johnny, run! Reload!
Looks like we're getting starting to get the better exchange. We do have more firepower available right at that spot.
Get that dirty Johnny!
Basically looking at their entire force right here. We just need some infantry support to push them back. I don't have the other two brigades marching at the double, but apparently they're making just as good time as the introverts. We'll wait for infantry to come up. I think I'll pull my last two fingers of Glenn Fiddick. Yeah, they don't want to push this without the reinforcements. It's already September. I got maybe an hour and a half left.
Keep it steady now.
All right, Fort Oglethorpe pushing to skirmishers. We need to clear them out so the introverts have some clear lines of fire down into their infantry lines here. Get those damn mortars out. It's too far away for that. Come on. Command radius should be able to give a advance order. Running out of daylight. volley us, but now they're advancing. Guns and battery, damn it. That's it, see them off. Boys in position. That's it, run away. You don't want this. They should be leaving soon. Not the best terrain to be firing down, kind of in cover on us. Got you boys crested. There's a whole other brigade laying there. That's it, they're done. You boys got covered from. Oh, and there's the overnight withdrawal from them. All right. We'll call that a tactical victory. All right, we took out 950 of their 6,000 infantry, 150 of their 350 cavalry. We got one of their batteries, so 5 of their 15 guns. Total loss 1,100 or 6,500 men. We lost 349 of our 11,578 infantry, 54 of our 3,177 cavalry, 0 of our guns. Total loss of 403 of our 14,886 men. A little over 2 to 1 on the losses right there. All right, combat reports. 1st Cavalry Division, 1st CS Cavalry did not fight. Fort Oglethorpe Scouts did 56 to infantry, 57 to cavalry, for a total of 113. Losses. 1st CS Cavalry had 2 killed, 3 wounded, for a total of 5. Active strength of 884, 1% casualties. Fort Oglethorpe Scouts had 7 dead, 31 wounded, and 11 missing, for a total of 49. Active strength 2,239, 2% casualties. 1st Infantry Division, 2nd CS Infantry did 243 to infantry, 18 to cavalry, 3 to artillery, for a total of 283. 4th CS Infantry did 144 to infantry, 1 to cavalry, 35 to artillery, for a total of 180. And the Introverts did 435 to infantry, 53 to cavalry, 29 to artillery, for a total of 518. Thought they would have done a little better than that. Losses, 2nd CS, 30 dead, 125 wounded, 30 missing, total 185. Accurate strength, 1,085, 15% casualties. 4th CS Infantry, 4 dead, 5 wounded, 1 missing, total 10. Aggregate strength 1,219, 1% casualties. The Introverts, 33 dead, 97 wounded, 25 missing, total 155, aggregate strength 2,055, 7% casualties. Their casualties did jump up because I pushed them forward, but I need them crested on that hill. Because terrain does matter when firing, and we're trying to fire over the top of a hill, which was kind of blocking their shot, so I did have to have them crested. Second Infantry did not fight. First Artillery Division did 30 to infantry, 12 to artillery for a total of 44 with 0 losses. Good. Now let's see if we got any of their officers. Oh, we wounded McDowell. He was commander of that army. That's it. Well, we got the army commander. That's a good grab. I can close out here and I'll see you all the newspaper screen. Victory at Mayo's Bridge with, says the Army of Pennsylvania, but we didn't fight the Army of Pennsylvania. It was the Army of Northeast Virginia retreating in panic. The Yankee report self-told casualties of 1,124 men. There are 144 killed and 206 captured. Our casualties total 404 men with 76 killed, 67 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 595 rifles and 2 guns from the field and sent 204 soldiers off to our prison camps. And General Clark became famous out of that. That was commander of our 1st Division. And nobody took the blame for the loss on the federal side, it looks like. Let's get that rolled off and do a quick map update up in Maine because shit's not going well. As soon as I ordered my troops out, like as you can see, our writing this is down in the red with the Army of Maine. As soon as I ordered them out of Bangor, it started raining. And it rained for an entire week. So we were basically down the red almost as soon as we got to the river here. Now it looks like we're kind of hung up at town. Like we're not advancing past Augusta. The siege train has arrived. I'm actually going to have them start building a supply depot here. And they're going to start sieging down Fort Knox once that depot is built. Oh, crap. I picked the wrong... Damn it. I picked the wrong one. No, we just saved. I'm going to reload and fix that. Because that's a complete mistake. I picked the wrong one. All right, we're now reloaded. Sorry about that, but I did pick the wrong perk here. It's a good thing I noticed before it was too late. And we want the engineers and mechanics. That's what we wanted for the siege train. Going to start constructing the depot there for their siege against Fort Knox. Be ready in 6 days. And like I said, the Army of Maine was down in the red readiness as soon as it got to the river, and now it appears to be possibly caught. Even though it's crossed the river, I think it might actually be stuck. Which is not good. Oh, are they on the move? All right, they're on the move again, so I at least want them down into the town of Lewiston and building a supply depot because we do have issues forming. Oh, there's a 3rd army now. Okay, so, or they disbanded one. Nope. So the Federals have formed 3 armies in the region. We have the Army of New England that formed up over here at Long Island. We have the Army of New Hampshire. And now the 37th Army is forming. They view us as a very, very serious threat, apparently. And that's a good thing. As far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. That means we're going to be drawing troops away from the south. Still waiting for this fight. This fight should have rolled off already. There it goes. All right, we're still in the green readiness, so we're going to move back to Lynchburg. Use the rail lines to get there. And then push the Confederate States Army up towards New Market and then down the valley into Winchester. Yes, I said down the valley, not up the valley. Winchester is actually the bottom of the valley, as the Shenandoah River is actually a south to north running river. So the top of the valley is down here at Stanton. I know it says Staunton, but it's pronounced Stanton. So it's actually south to north flowing river. So this is actually the top of the valley, even though it's in the south. And I'll be out that way next week. I'll be going to Charleston, actually. Go meet up with a.o.m and UBV for a little chicanery. And the Army of Pennsylvania is still advancing with 15,000 men. We'll be able to easily handle that, hopefully. We got 20,000 men in the Army of Virginia. Actually, what is their makeup right now? Yeah, so the introverts are actually going to end up being transferred into the 6th Infantry Division. They're going to be leaving the CS Army as the Confederate Legionnaires, which I feel fits the theme of the Confederate States Army more. Will be going there, and the introverts will be taking their place. Unknown unit with 1,700 men in the area? And 4 guns. There must be a cavalry corps somewhere in the area. And it's drawing in the Confederate States Army, but they're 26 hours away at this point. They shouldn't be. They're on a rail line. They're not too far away. They're not 26. Yeah, that's a full day's march right there. Yeah, it's a full day's march. All right, what do we got? Army of Pennsylvania, 14,676 men, 10 guns. An unknown unit, 1,780 men and 4 guns. That's got to be a cavalry unit. Total of 14,952 infantry, 1,300 cavalry, and 14 guns. Going up against our 27,363 infantry, 7,100 cavalry, 24 guns. We're going to have 20,500. About 18,000 infantry, 2,000 cavalry, and 15 guns on the field, because the Confederate States Army is not going to arrive in time for this. It's 10 a.m., so we should have it done before the day's out. And they are under command of Hamilton. All right, let's jump into it. Welcome, my grunts, to the third battle of Richmond. Once again, we are actually defending New Cold Harbor and Gaines Mill, but we got a large deployment zone this time around. And the Federals are entering from where they usually do, so I'm expecting them to traverse this road here. So I've set up in that fashion with the 5th Infantry Division on the left under Pillow, the LeBeau's Legion on the right under Long. I have the 1 battery under our command, the Starlight on the road, centering down it. Cavalry in reserve, and our 1 brigade, the Polish Legion from the 6th Infantry, is watching this road here, just in case they come down this way. But I'm expecting the main force to travel up from down this road here. Make sure those reinforcements are not coming in behind us. They are not. That is their only entry point, it looks like. Because this is a little worse in the way that is set up. But that's not an entry point, so they shouldn't be there. They should be over in this region. All right, best we can do right now is just, I'm not building breastworks. I just have the troops laying down. Hopefully, they only see the battery and try to charge it, and then we can hit them with the infantry. We'll see what happens. All right, it's now going on noon, and we do have the Federal side. We have 1 cavalry brigade coming down the road at us from the Army of Pennsylvania. I do have skirmishers forward. We're going to see if we can't knock out this brigade before the infantry shows up. There is some infantry down the road here. You can hear them marching right there in the trees. Wish we had not lost the Virginia Flying Battery. It's going to take some time before I get that battery back.
Watch those flanks, Sergeant!
Yep, we just sighted their infantry right there.
Quiet now. Keep your eyes open. Stay down, boys! I can't see a thing!
Yeah, skirmishers with Mississippi's off here on this flank. I'm going to leave them here in the woods. Hopefully they don't get sighted and I'll be able to use them for like a flank strike at some point. 2nd Division Army, Pennsylvania.
Quiet now. Keep your eyes open.
Allow my skirmishers to take out this cavalry, then withdraw. 2nd Division Army, Pennsylvania. Hang out down here.
What was that over yonder? A little more to the right. Watch. Quiet on the line. Keep your eyes open. Weapons at the ready, boys. Keep your heads down. Wounded. Keep shooting. Weapons at the ready, boys. Watch those flanks. Weapons at the ready, boys. Weapons at the ready, boys.
All right, you guys should be moving that double. Let's go. Go get shot in the back.
Keep your head.
You guys saw my skirmishers already? They only have mixed muskets. That's a problem. Yeah, bring your boys in. When you're firing at skirmishers, damn it. You guys able to fire through the trees like that? Really? Down on the low ground and through the trees? No, my batteries can't do that. Outside of skirmishing, I think it's going to stay quiet for a bit, so I'll be back. All right, it's now 13:30, and the Federal Army has withdrawn their skirmishers, and looks like they're advancing their main body on us right now. There are some brigades off in the woods here. I actually forgot, we got the Czech Legion, or the Polish Legion, to take care of that. You boys come over this way now. Got you boys, we're over there. The Cobblers have engaged with their Mississippis on the cavalry. And so have the Georgia Guards with their muskets. Stand up, boys, you have those mixed muskets. I need you to get as much range as possible. You boys can stand up to get some better shots in. Ranged. Stand up, boys. Cool. Better be hitting these guys with canister. Drake's detachment's still coming, and I actually had to retreat through the woods and try to bring them back around. You ready to stand up, boys? Give it to him. I'm actually surprised if I were going with like a mainline advance on this attack. Not the best terrain. We're kind of shooting over the lip of the hill here. That's one brigade seen off. Petersburg, get back here. Going after artillery. Oh, you guys still have not come in. How the hell have you guys not made it back yet? Holy crap. This battle's gonna be over for these two brigades to make it into a fight. More of them, get after that battery. What the hell are you guys doing? Come on. They can wipe out one of my batteries on the cavalry charge. I can't do the same thing. Go get those boys. I think we just wiped that battery. Go get the cavalry. Ain't done yet, boys. Get to it. Follow with their heads. Go. No, they retreated into my infantry. How nice of them. There'll be some more prisoners. These brigades aren't even trying to get into the fight. These guys are wounded now, but that's okay. I feel like having cavalry in the rear. Come on, guys, let's go. Get up there, stallions. Look at your name. There they go. Oh, you guys are taking a lot of casualties. You guys are taking more casualties than you put out. Pull back. The fuck's your division commander? Why is he not over here? What the hell? McCullough, what the hell are you doing? Oh, you guys are well rested. Get on your horses. Bring me prisoners. We need to overcrowd Andersonville. I don't think we're going to get too many more. Nah, we're just going to speed this along. Because in this game, your infantry can run faster than your cavalry can. Especially if they're not yours. Could have been better on the casualties, but we're still using pretty crappy weapons. All right, we lost 1,209 of our 16,251 infantry, 122 of our 4,037 cavalry, 0 of our guns. We lost 1,335 or 20,510 men. We took down 1,900 of their 14,000 infantry, 450 of their 1,000 cavalry. We got all 10 of their guns. Total loss of 2,400 of their 16,000 men. All right, time for the combat reports. 6th Infantry Division, Polish Legion did 137 infantry. Losses, 37 dead, 196 wounded, 45 missing, for a total 278. Aggregate strength of 1,182, 13% casualties. They took a lot more casualties than they put out. Second Cavalry Division, St. Petersburg did 44 to infantry, 2 to cavalry, captured 21, 57 to artillery, captured 58 for a total 183. 43rd Virginia Rangers, I never fixed their name, I gotta fix that. Did 104 to infantry, 4 to artillery, total 108. Losses, St. Petersburg, 9 dead, 18 wounded, 1 missing, total 28. Aggregate strength 1,615, 2% casualties. 43rd Virginia, 29 dead, 56 wounded, 9 missing, total 94. Aggregate strength of 2,300, 4% casualties. LeBeau's Legion, Cape Fear Highlanders did 249 to infantry. Outer Banks Militia did 187 to infantry, 18 to cavalry for a total 208. Chauncey's Immortals did 412 to infantry, 6 to cavalry for a total of 431. Losses: Cape Fear, 37 dead, 207 wounded, 40 missing, total 284. Aggregate strength 1,916, 13% casualties. Outer Banks, 2 dead, 13 wounded, 1 missing, total 16. Aggregate strength 2,147, 1% casualties. Chauncey's Immortals, 49 dead, 215 wounded, 50 missing, total 314. Aggregate strength 2,446, 11% casualties. 5th Infantry Division, the Cobblers, did 118 to infantry, 38 to cavalry, 156. Georgia Guards did 339 to infantry, 101 to cavalry, for a total 440. Italian Stallions did 57 to infantry, 128 to cavalry, captured 67 for a total 252. Losses for the Cobblers: 1 dead, 12 wounded, 4 missing, total 17. Aggregate strength 2,029, 1% casualties. Georgia Guards, 17 dead, 86 wounded, 14 missing, total 117. Aggregate strength 2,107, 5% casualties. Italian Stallions, 34 dead, 122 wounded, 27 missing, total 183. Aggregate strength 2,515, 7% casualties. 2nd Artillery Division, which just has a Starlight right now, did 83 to infantry, 20 to cavalry, 5 to artillery, for a total 108. Losses: 4 wounded. All right, we didn't lose any officers. Let's see if we got any of theirs. Well, we wounded their commander, Brigadier General Hamilton. Wounded Lieutenant Colonel Blake of the 1st Battery. And that's it. So, once again, we got another Army commander and a battery commander this time. Their Army commanders are not doing too well against us. I'll get closed out of here, and I'll see you all on the newspaper screen. Victory at 3rd Richmond, with the Army of Pennsylvania retreating. The Unions reported self-total casualties of 2,424 men. There are 346 killed and 544 captured. Our casualties total 1,335 men, with 215 killed, 191 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 1,388 rifles and 4 guns from the field and sent 506 men off to our vacation camps. All right, let's get this battle rolled off. Hopefully that's it for battles for the month. Confederate Army's unstoppable. Yankees forces skedaddle. Southern morale intact. All right. Hopefully these guys get back on the move here pretty soon and on into Lynchburg. And they have nicely filled up this supply depot for us. Very kind of them. We could definitely use that equipment. And we're talking about up here in Maine. It's going to take us forever to get down here to Lewiston now. I was really hoping to be in Portland before the month was over. That's not going to happen. We're going to be stuck at Lewiston because we're in the red. We cannot move because this is not our territory. Ugh. And there's an army on the way. I think I may have to bypass the siege of Fort Knox. Get this depot built, bypass the siege of Fort Knox, and rush the siege train down here. Because if we're in the red, we may not be able to fight. Like, I mean, look at the pace we're moving. We are not going to be in Lewiston by the end of the month. But hopefully I can start building a depot there. I can't even build stuff because of our readiness level. Oh, not good. Yeah, I think I have to have the siege train follow up behind us, like, really quickly and build a depot down here before they move back north again. That's probably what's going to happen. Let's pause it here. Let's take a quick look at the map. What we got going on out here in the west? So, Department of Ohio is still not retreated all the way out. They're now up to 34,000 men, and they're sitting at Charlotte. We have the Army of Tennessee is now up to 21,000 men, and that will be getting plussed up even more. Western Army is now up to 24,000 men. We've lost sight of the army, but we do know it's here at Weber's Salt Works. I thought they were actually going to advance against us, but their advance did stop because I was hoping to get them into a siege at Fort Smith. So what I might do is... How do our supplies look? I got the one battery Disciples of Fire, but... I'm going to start moving this corps away. See if the Federals don't come up, and then we can attack them while they're besieging our fort, is what I'm looking to do. But I do believe we're going to end this episode here. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. You're following along in the series and enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. And if you're watching on mobile, do not forget to swipe right to hype. And I'll see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.